Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Veneto 5-light linear pendant. This is the 401319. It's also a singular version of this as well as the sconce. Check them out because they're pretty special. Why don't we talk about the size of the fixture itself, and we're going to talk about the size first of the individual pendants coming down, since I happen to have one right here. So why don't we just check it out together. So this is coming in about 12 inches wide, coming from this side to this side, from up here to the bottom of this, which is basically the top of that pipe, to the bottom of your glass. You're coming in at 16.5. The width on these individually, remember there's going to be two pieces of glass here. I have another one right there, is coming in at 4.75. You basically have Hubbardton Forge's forged iron piece that's going to be in the middle holding the socket, and then you have these two beautiful pieces of cast Italian glass, Venetian glass, right here. So this is slump glass. It basically falls into a mold while it's being made. When it's done, they come in here and sandblast the inside of this. That's going to make it so you don't see the bulb. It makes this a matte portion of it. And it's textured inside. So when you're looking at this from the outside, it's glossy on this side, but you can see a texture, and that's going to be hiding on the inside. It's really a very intricate and beautiful piece of glass on its own. Okay, now, why don't we talk about the overall height? Actually, let's talk about the width, and that's going to be the left to right, is 53.4. The overall height, though, is the distance from the bottom of the fixture, which is the bottom of the glass, to the actual ceiling itself. And you're going to have a pretty good range. 18.8 at its shortest, coming in at 63.8 at its longest. If you need yours to be longer than 63.8, drop us a quick email. Say you're looking at the 401319. Tell us what you need. Your overall height, bottom of fixture to actual ceiling itself, not parts. And I will send that through customs, and you'll see what comes back that we can help you out with. Canopy up in the ceiling is coming in at 4.75 by 46.40. So it's going to go over your standard junction box. This is a 4-inch J box. This is what you guys have on your ceiling. This is 26.4 pounds. I want to show you more information about the installation of this, and how we're going to do it really quick is to look at those installations instructions now. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over that side of your screen. Midway down you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It is going to show you a full parts list, all the different parts. It's going to show you also the parts about these, and these are the rods that screw together. You're going to have 15 pieces of the 12, 5 pieces of the 6, and 3 pieces of the 3. You're going to use these in combinations to get to the overall height that you're looking for. You'll notice on that chart and on the page for this on our site, there is a chart there. Actually, circle back. On the installations instructions, there's a chart there. The same chart's on the page. So it doesn't matter which way you look at it. You'll be able to see which combos of which of these rods you're going to use to get to the overall heights that are listed there. It's very, very easy. And these really just go together like this. What I would probably do is I would do these individually, and you're not going to, well, actually I think I would put the glass on to begin with. However, you can wait as well after you have this up to put the glass on. And probably in this case, I would probably do that afterwards. But those instructions are going to tell you exactly what to do. And you are going to feed those wires, and the wires are coming out of here, right? You're going to feed them through these little parts one by one. So you're going to feed them through the connector. See the little threaded connector right there? And then there's threading on the insides of your pipes too. So you basically are going to go connector, then you're going to go pipe, then you're going to go connector, then you're going to go pipe, and then you're just going to screw them together. It only takes a second. And once you screw them together, it's so tight and so beautifully engineered, you barely even see that there's a seam there. So it just kind of disappears, which is pretty cool. Eventually you're going to get up to that canopy, and then that's where you put them together and it goes into your junction box. But read those directions now so you get a chance to see it, and as well as how you can attach this to the structure of your building. You can also rotate these things too. So when these are up, they don't have to be like that to you. You could rotate them a little bit, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that idea. This is slope ceiling, adaptable in one direction only. So if you're putting this on a slope ceiling, it's a good idea to probably give me a call or an email so we can kind of go over things with you. Now, let's talk about what's going on as far as lamping goes. And this is going to be using 5 of these G9 sockets, and G9 sockets use G9 bulbs. Historically, these sockets were made for halogen bulbs, but you're not going to be using them in this. You're going to be using 3-watt LEDs, and a 3-watt LED is the equivalent of a 30-watt halogen. And don't forget, you've got 5 of these sockets, so it's going to throw quite a bit of light. The G9 bulbs have little prongs on the bottom, okay? And they come in different ways. So this is it's called a cob. You can barely see, but it looks like there's a little bit of a corn cob thing going on inside of this. This is a phosphorus one. Easy to find. Yeah, you can find them at Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware stores. We buy ours on Amazon just because it's super, super easy. The bulbs are going to offer these to you are going to be offered to you in kind of different ways. So they're going to offer these to you in 2700 Kelvin, which is a pretty warm white light. It's actually more of an orange light, and that's like a setting sun. They're going to also offer these to you in something called daylight, and daylight sounds like it's going to be a warm light like sunlight, but it's not. That's that 4000, 5000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale, and it'll tell you there. So that's that kind of bluish white light. So just remember that. And a lot of people aren't crazy about that, and myself being one of those people. What I like to use is warm white, soft white. That's the nice warm light coming down on my hands from these LEDs above. That's 3000 Kelvin. And that kind of mimics the light of an incandescent bulb, so I kind of like that. So if I was probably going to be buying these bulbs, I would probably go on Amazon because it's so easy. There are other bulb websites too, but Amazon's pretty simple. You would put in G9 3-watt LED and see what pops up, and then you can kind of pick through them and see which one is going to work for you. It is a dimmable fixture. It's really important that you just buy a dimmable bulb. Tell your installer you're using dimmable LEDs so they put the correct dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.